Welcome to Bonds of Access. This afternoon we are visiting with the Central High students who have given a portion of their Easter program to present to us a preview of Central High's first Black Arts Festival. The festival is scheduled for public view May 10th through the 14th for your enjoyment. Our special guests are Mrs. Rosalind McDonald, who is a Central Guidance Counselor and advisor to the festival, and Mr. Morel Morton, who is a senior with a view toward college, the festival's director, producer, and coordinator. So let me say, how are both of you today?
Very well, thank you.
Well, I guess to begin the program, I'd like to open up with that first question to you, Mr. Morton. What are your feelings regarding the question that Black Arts Festivals, are always a little bit more than just an artistic endeavor?
Well, that's true in this case because, I've sort of wanted to do something in Central along this line ever since I've gotten here. I've seen the kids, they've wanted to express themselves time and time again through some form of art or some way, some meaningful way to show the public that we're not just a great basketball team and a great football team, that we also have something else to contribute to the community and the culture of our people. And so I toyed with the idea of the Black Arts Festival ever since this year began, and I'm just now beginning to put it into its final phases, and that phase is to actually put it on here.
And Mrs. McDonald, how do you feel about the same question?
Well, as you probably know, many times these arts festivals are an endeavor to show off what students or what people involved can do, but I also think that the public can gain an awful lot from them as well. There are many times when the public at large really doesn't know a lot of the culture that is contributed by peoples, not necessarily those who are of Caucasian descent, but of other peoples throughout the world. And an arts festival of this type endeavors to show what contribution has been made by the black people. I must say that it was kind of a very good idea of Morel's because it was initiated by him to begin with. So he got quite a few students interested in taking part. And he also talked me into it, and I'm trying to help out as best I can. But most of it is his baby, so to speak.
So are you getting together your own resources, or are you relying on the school for additional aids and books and plays and things?
Mr. Matoyan, our principal, he is very enthused about the festival because I talked with him time and time again before, or months before the festival was even thought of, about the possibility of doing something like that here, and he readily agreed with me and said, go ahead, if the school's art department, print department, or the school's resources can be of any aid to you at all, fine, just go and speak to the people, and I'm pretty sure that they will be glad to do it. And the costumes for the festival and the items that the girls are modeling in the fashion proportion of the festival will be mainly our own, from our own apparel. And we're trying to get by on what we have. In other words, we're not relying on funds from anybody, or not relying on a lot of money problems.
What about, a lot of black festivals today, are employing a lot of outside talent. Are you just working with in-house talent?
Yes, we are. We have a few speakers coming in from the community to speak on certain things of black awareness. And as far as other people introducing into or intervening in the festival, no, we We're just using our own students, and people inside the school.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier that it's open to the general public, and is there a charge or fee that you're charging? You're just open for those 4 days?
Yeah, I was sort of money happy in the beginning of the festival, but Mrs. McDonald reassured me that this was not a necessity. That since this is the first time that we're attempting anything like this, we need to first show what we can do, and then maybe later, we can ask the public to contribute to it.
How have you broken up the 4 days and the events that you'll be presenting?
Well, on the first day, that's Monday, we're going to sort of like have a general introduction to the festivities of the entire week. The festival is taking place over the entire week of May 10th. We'll have, a few kids jamming outside, sort of like get the festival's mood established. Tuesday, we're going to have a soul food display in the cafeteria.
Now you say a display. Will it? Can we come and eat? Or?
Oh yes, right. But we're basically displaying the different types of soul food, and people will enjoy themselves.
Are welcome to taste a little bit here and there. Okay.
Right. And Wednesday. Now these aren't definite as of yet, but this is mainly what's going to happen. Wednesday, we're having the music and fashion. Is it the music and?
No, it boils down to this. There are several performing aspects of it. There are 3 main performing aspects of it. That would be the music portion, which is kind of a history of music to the present, via fashion show.
Now, will this take place on Tuesday or Wednesday, or?
The music portion will be on Tuesday, the fashion show on Wednesday, and the dramatics portion on Thursday. We expect to wind up the thing with several groups, and we do have some groups within our school, that is, students who participate in different groups, to contribute their time, perhaps on the outside and the little atrium-like area that we have there during the lunch periods, and the students will have a chance to, as Morel said, jam a little bit during lunch periods. Other than that, the other portion of the festival will be dedicated to displays. That is, art displays, craft displays, and these will be on display throughout the school building all during the week from Monday through Friday.
And this is all done by the students?
All of the things are done by the students. We have several paintings on hand right now. There are students who are working on paintings, and there are some that they already have at home, and they plan to bring them in. There will also be displays of different crafts, and we have some relics, things of antebellum days, perhaps, that we plan to put in display cases just for artistic displays.
So you've been pretty busy for this past year, getting all this down, and especially just working just with only those persons, inside the school.
Yes.
Right.
Which means that they've had to go to school and work and this, and then probably do many other things.
Right. We've had very many meetings during school with the executive committee. There's an executive committee that's working with me to decide the important factors of the show. On this committee, we have the director of the fashions, models. We have the director of resources, photography, publicity, and all of these people, these students that are heading the show along with me and Mrs. McDonald, or Mrs. McDonald and myself. And, they're working, very hard.
Well, I don't know. I think I'd like to perhaps end our little conversation, and let's take a look at some of the rehearsals.
Fine.
Okay.
Okay?
That night, just as I got into bed, 5 men bulged right against the door, and it fell in the middle of the floor. George McRae ran right to me. As I saw him coming, I took up the child, the baby, and held him to me. I started to scream, and George McRae catch me by the throat and choke me. And he catched the little child by the foot and slinked it out of my arms. They cut me out of doors. The old man was ahead of me, and I saw Dave Donnelly stamp on him. They carried me to a pine, And then they tied my hands there.
Like, remember, before you say, they carried me to the pine, stop, take your breath, try to remember, and all of that, okay?
Go back.
Yeah, just before you say they took me to the pine, all right?
Right.
The line before.
And I saw Dave Donnelly's stamp on him. They carried me to a pine, and they tied my hands there. They pulled off all my linen and tore it up so that I did not have a piece of rag on me as big as my hand. I said, "Ma'am, what are you going to do with me?" They said, "God damn you, we'll show you. You are living on another man's premises."
This is where you're gonna stay now.
I said, "No, I'm living on my own premises." I gave $150 for it, and Captain Cunningham and Mr. Mundy told me I could stay here. They whipped me a while. Then George McRae stepped up. George McRae.
That's good.
Yes, beautiful black people, it's nation time. Time to rise up out of our beds and graves and speak the language of our people. Look the language of our people. Sing the language of our people. Cry out the language of our people. And feel, with great expression, feel the language of our people. And to feel the language of our people. Yes, the language of our people. A proud language. A tormented, soulful, and violent language of our people. Yes, violence that has been soaked, baked, whipped, kicked, and even washed into our skin to make a very nice, high-tone, tinted, proper, speaking, colored man. The skin that was once the pure color of the sons and daughters of the kings and queens has been washed away and blended in with that big green and gold mountain. I want all of you black people to feel the presence of your soul.
Right here, you're gonna reach out to the audience. Now you're appealing to the audience's inner senses. You know, I want all of you black people to feel the presence of
I want all of you black people to feel the presence of your souls. Close your eyes. Don't be afraid. Just close your eyes for a minute and say to yourself, I'm black.
Right.
And I'm proud. I feel the darkness surging through my body, telling me that I'm being cleansed with pure blackness. Now imagine in your minds that you're taking a journey back in history. And at the same time, a step forward in the solutions of our future. And at the same time, a step forward in the solutions of our future.
Right, and
music, deep music, low music, heavy music, rhythmic music, music from the body, music of the mind, music from the heart, music from the soul, real music, colorful music, black music, music with a message.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The low beating of the tom-toms, the slow beating of the tom-toms stirs your blood. All right, you have to go back and do that again. Try it again. The low beating of the tom-tom, the slow beating of the tom-toms, the low beating of the tom-tom stirs your blood. The night grows far very softly, just like a circle of light. Softly. Where are the girls? Stirs your blood. All right, beat.
Hit that hammer, hit it hard and wide. Hit that hammer, hit it all day long. That hammer, hit that hammer, hit that hammer, all day long, all day. Hit that hammer.
I only hear one person. Everybody sing.
All day long.
Beat that hammer. Beat all day long. Beat that hammer. Beat all day long. Beat that cotton. Pick that cotton. More synchronized. Pick that cotton. All day long. Pick that cotton. Pick that cotton. Pick that cotton. All day long. Pick that hammer. That cotton. Pick that hammer. Pick that cotton. Pick that hammer. Pick that cotton. All day long. All day long. Out of tune. Everybody, let's start over again. Besides, let's make 2 rows. Narrator.
Promises, promises, always promises. Praying music, shouting music, crying music, happy music, all in the name of God. Wade in the water,
Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble in the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble in the water. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water.
Come on.
God's gonna trouble in the water. Preacher?
We was gathered here, my brothers.
Nara!
We was gathered here, my brothers, in this whole wilderness, for to speak some words of comfort to each other in this place. And we chooses for our subject is well explained by and by, and the Lord said, Moses, Moses.
Colin, the Lord said, Moses!
And the
Moses! Colin!
And the Lord said, Moses! Moses! And the man said,
You know, we've seen a lot of different things going on, the history of music idea and so forth, the dances and the speeches and dialogues and things like that. What about the drama side of it, which you sort of mentioned earlier? What plays are you planning?
Well, basically, we have all through the dramatic production little speeches taken from In White America, and little lines that they would say, you know, to add to the overall impression we're trying to give, you know, from the show. In the line of plays that we're doing, or excerpts from the plays, is In White America for one, Growing into Blackness, Family Portrait.
Some of the authors would be some of the contemporaries, or the new authors, who, for example, aside from Leroy
Ben Cadwell, and Martin Duberman, you know, these people. And an original that was made by our Black Studies course here at Central, Black Eyes on Me, dealing with a black intelligence spy who is spying on his friends, you know, in a particular night spot in Chicago. And I promised them, you know, that I would put it in the festival, you know, because I thought it was really good, you know, and I'm going to.
kind of a takeoff on the spook who sat by the door.
Is that what it's all about? Okay.
Yeah.
Since this is Central's first Black Arts Festival, you think there are plans to do this again next year?
Well, I don't know what they're going to do after I leave, you know. I sincerely hope that they continue something like this and give the kids in this school a chance to express themselves and show their feelings toward one thing or another. I hope they will, you know, but I wouldn't know, you know. Mrs. McDonald will be here.
Yeah, I was going to ask her, since you would be around, you know, you think you make your services available again for another one of these productions?
I'd like to see them do something, perhaps not necessarily a Black Arts Festival, but something in the same vein. It would be nice to see more of this type of program throughout the school, not merely with just the black students, but with all of the students here in school. I don't think we've had nearly enough exposure to each other here in school this year, since I've been here anyway. I think that all the students are quite talented, and they haven't been able to express it. There are several reasons, I'm sure.
Yeah,
many.
we can don't have to reiterate
say that
history.
We don't have the facilities here.
Well, what
There are
about
many things.
some of the other areas? You think that a science festival, you know, put together by blacks, perhaps something dealing with, you know, the great black men in the past who have discovered certain things and worked out certain projects?
Yeah, these are ideas, you know, for someone into that bag, you know. But the reason I wanted a Black Arts Festival is because I'm in that sort of you know, thing. Sure, you know, I see a lot of enthusiastic kids, you know, getting into their thing, you know, especially in their senior years, you know, and I think this will be sort of like a catalyst to their enthusiasm to do something like this.
Well, I guess you're probably one of the many seniors that'll be coming out this year. You're planning on going to college and
Yeah.
in the area, and you're going to continue in drama?
Right. I'm majoring in drama and screen acting, you know, if I can hack it.
If you can hack it? What do
Yeah.
you-
Well, like I realize the competition, you know, and I just hope that I have something different to offer, you know, where people might, you know, sort of like give me an exceptional break.
Yeah, well, I can say one thing. It certainly has been a pleasure being with both of you today and looking at some of the rehearsal and the plans coming up. And again, I'd like to again speak to our viewers and make sure that they will openly accept the invitation of Central High's Black Arts Festival, which will be May 10th through the 14th, and come out and see what our students are really doing sometimes. You know, they're not always out there doing bad things. And Bonds of Access would like to express congratulations and wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
And going on in college, and also that to remind you that in the summertime, when you're finished, come on back and do a little bit more drama for us.
Maybe.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.